Okay. Cross-legged position is not necessary. Elizabeth, can you hear? You hear? Okay, good. Cross-legged position is not necessary for what we're doing now. But if you want to go on to the higher levels of Qigong meditation, particularly like the small circulation and the embryonic breathing meditation, you need to get comfortable with this cross-legged position. I was going to do skin breathing tonight, but it's too warm still. And I'm warm from the first exercise, so the first class. Skin breathing expands your guardian chi. And it's good to do anytime you feel chill or cold. And in the fall and winter, to enhance your guardian chi. Your guardian chi is the kind of electromagnetic field that surrounds you, because we are electrical, bioelectrical organisms, and we have a field that protects us against some of the harmful external influences. So when the weather is cooling and cold, it's a good idea to do the skin breathing, but you wouldn't want to do it in summer because it makes you too warm, too young. So we'll save that for a little bit cooler times coming up soon, I'm sure. And let's review complete breath. So complete breath, inhale, and if you can remember from last week, the 8 words for breath. Long, slow, deep, and even. Calm, continuous, soft, and slender. So our breathing with the complete breath is still going to conform to all of those adjectives. However, we are going to violate one Qigong general rule, and that is we are going to inhale as deeply as we can, letting the abdomen expand gently, as full as we can without straining. And as your abdomen expands as you inhale, you gently push down on the pelvic floor. Then as you exhale, you're going to pull in your abdomen as far as you can, again without straining, to empty your lungs as much as you can. So normally we would only use 70 to 80% of our lung capacity in Qigong breathing, but just for a few minutes, we'll do the complete breath exercise where we'll use almost 100%. And the idea being to relax the abdominal muscles and the diaphragm, and be able to make our subsequent Qigong breathing more relaxed and calmer. So complete breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you inhale, expand your abdomen gently, but as completely as you can. And don't hold your breath when you've expanded as far as you can, but then switch to gently and completely contracting your abdomen, also lifting the pelvic floor gently as much as you can. We're going to do 12 complete breaths. This is not talking about we want to breathe all the time, but as a preparation for your meditative breathing. I like this exercise. because it just relaxes your breathing during the meditation process. So at your own pace, 12 complete breaths. Is everyone finished? Any questions or comments on the complete breath exercise? Again, it's not something you want to prolong for a long time, but I do this before my meditation sessions, just for 12 breaths. Then I feel my regular breath when I go to the meditation is much more comfortable. All right. We were talking about regulating the mind and the breath in meditation. And last week we talked about Dr. Young's 8 words for breath. And we've also talked about the devices we can use for what Dr. Young calls a banana that we use to calm down the monkey mind and actually lure it into a cage where it can be controlled. We want to train our wisdom mind to regulate our monkey mind. And this doesn't come naturally. And in fact, I think in some cultures and with some people, it might be regarded as unnatural, because some people and some cultures like to really express their emotions strongly. But in Qigong, we don't want to suppress emotions, but we do want to control them in a way where we experience the emotion and then we get it over with. We don't hold on to it. Whether it's joy, because believe it or not, too much joy is bad for your health, particularly for your heart. Think about joy as excitement. Whether it's sadness or anger or frustration. Yes, we feel it, but we feel it and we let it go. So we're not trying to become like the Mr. Spock on Star Trek, where supposedly doesn't experience emotions. You want to have emotions, but not. We want to control them, not have them control us. So when we try to meditate, sometimes these emotions arise. Could be from the ordinarily suppressed memory that when your mind is focusing all the time outside the self, outside your body, these memories don't have the opportunity to emerge, but as soon as you quiet your mind, then these repressed emotions or memories, or even fears having to do with the future, not just memories of the past, these arise and disturb your mind from calming down and focusing the way we need to have it focused for meditation. So one of the tricks we do use to train the mind to calm down is this concept of the banana. So, and I think one of the things I need to show you in not too distant future is focusing on an external object, that type of banana, and a common external object would be a candle flame that we would put at eye level in the middle of the circle. Concentrate on the flame. We can also use devices like counting the breaths, either counting the breath cycles or counting the length of the inhalations and exhalations silently to yourself, not out loud for everybody. Or we can recite a mantra or an affirmation in our head to help the mind focus. And eventually, over maybe months of time, you will be able to let go of those devices and train your mind to be calm and steady on its own. Another technique to these emotions surface when you're trying to meditate is to think about how to resolve them so you can let them go. And we talked, I think it was last week or maybe the week before, about unbridled anger and frustration. And how sometimes, if anger is caused by something someone else did, a technique or what an action we can do to help resolve that is engage in forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't mean you accept what the person did. It doesn't mean that you invite them to do it again. And it doesn't mean it was okay for them to do it. Sometimes you need to forgive yourself too. It's another way. But it does mean you're letting go of the memory of whatever it was that hurt you or offended you. And it's more for your sake than for the other person's sake. Although you don't even have to communicate to the other person that I forgive you. Although you may want to, again, for your own sake, to really let go of it. But forgiveness, like I said, holding the grudge is like drinking poison and expecting another person to die. When you drink poison yourself, you expect somebody else to die from that poison that you've drunk yourself. So you want to let go of those things, and forgiveness is one action that can help with letting go and calming the mind. So let me suggest a banana. Banana being the 8 words for breath. And I'm going to divide this banana into 2 parts. So long, slow, deep, and even will be inhale. And calm, continuous, slender, and soft will be exhale. And so use those. As you inhale, silently say to yourself, long, slow, deep, and even. As you exhale, silently say, calm, continuous, soft, and slender. Long, slow, deep, and even. Calm, continuous, soft, and slender. So at your own pace, I'm going to suggest doing that for about 5 minutes or so. And see how you feel about that banana device. comments on that exercise? So long, slow, deep, calm, continuous, soft, and slow. I find that reciting those words without breathing helps me implement those characteristics in my breath. So everybody has experience. So I'm told I do. So, and other people have said, yes, thoughts come into your mind. So the idea that you can maintain a totally empty mind for 20, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, that might not be reasonable for most of us unless we are in a highly structured environment like a monastery, and even then, some say that thoughts still come. There's a really good series on Netflix on meditation, and I watched one episode today, and we talked about the idea of you're contemplating a highway, and cars are going by on the highway, and that's okay. You can watch the cars go by, but if you get the urge to get out on the highway and stop one of the cars and get in it and drive away, no, you don't want to do that. So those cars are your thoughts. So the car comes along and you say, that's what I'm supposed to do tomorrow at 10. I want to get in that car and drive away with it. No, so don't do that. But it's okay to watch the cars go by. But if there's something more disturbing than just watching cars go by, figuratively, if there's something that comes into your mind and you find it disturbing, then you need to engage in processes to resolve those issues. So we'll talk more about those in future. And if you have any examples from your own experience or from others you might know of that you'd like to discuss, we can discuss those. I know I've had people talk about past trauma and transgressions, and there are ways of dealing with those issues and hopefully being able to let go. Some people say, write the thing on a rock, and out in the woods, and then throw the rock away down a hill or something. They say it works. I've never tried it, but that's one technique I've heard about. So, all right. So we will continue and finish up with the 6 healing sounds at the basic level. So this meditation, and for some reason today my feet are cramping up, so we don't need to be cross-legged for this one. 6 healing sounds is, gosh, how old is it? It's several centuries, and again, I think some of the stories about its origin differ in how old it is. And I'd have to go back to my notes to see exactly, but let's say at least 5 or 6 centuries old. And through experience, meditators discovered that certain sounds resonate with organs in the body. And that these sounds, if when we make them, help to access heat, even to relieve illnesses in organs of the body when you practice them regularly. The 6 healing sounds regimes vary depending on what you're trying to achieve with them. You can engage in as little as 6 repetitions of the sound, just for general health maintenance if you don't have a chronic issue that you're trying to resolve. Or if you do have a chronic issue with one of the 6 organs, it's recommended to do up to 36 repetitions of the sound. The sound is made softly so as not to tense up the throat. When you make the sound, of course it will be on exhalation. You want to start with your mind in the organ. You want to feel or imagine the sound resonating in the organ, and you want to imagine then the release of stale energy, excess heat, and I'm also going to mention for each organ certain emotions that can damage the organ if held strongly or held for a long time and not resolved. The order that we go with, well, let me mention that the 6 organs are lungs, kidneys, liver, heart, spleen, and special Chinese organ, the triple burner, which is the whole torso plus the upper respiratory system. So you can imagine the whole torso is the triple burner. Each of those organs has its own channels, including triple burner, and has its own color and its own sound, of course. And well, we could go on for flavors and seasons. And of course, autumn is the season for lungs. We're going to do the organs in the order in which there's the I'm forgetting the Chinese word. I think it's Ke sequence, Ke cycle, which is generating. So lung metal generates kidney water. Water condenses on metal. Kidney water generates liver wood. Liver wood generates heart fire. Heart fire generates earth, spleen earth, and triple burner doesn't have isn't part of that cycle. So, but triple burners last because the last thing we do is use the sound for the whole package, so that when we've treated each of the organs inside the package, then we'll treat the outside of the package, the external, the package the organs are all in. Okay, so we're going to start with lungs, and the healing sound for lungs is like air leaking from a balloon. And it's long. You can prolong this, like S-I-I-I-I-I. You can prolong that as long as your breath. Now, we want our breath to be relaxed, so we don't want to strain with this. We use return to childhood breathing with they're using about 70 to 80% of our lung capacity. Expanding the abdomen as we inhale, gently pushing down with the pyramid, contracting the abdomen as we exhale, and gently lifting the pyramid. Let's do 12 repetitions. So we inhale. Imagine drawing in white light into your lungs, and the white light is filling your lungs. And as you exhale, make the healing sound. imagine exhaling excess heat and stale energy from your lungs. Inhale, fill your lungs with the white light or white chi. And exhale with the sound, let go of excess heat, stale energy, and any emotions of sadness and depression. Inhale the white chi filling your lungs. Exhale, make the sound. Exhale, sadness, depression, excess heat. Continue at your own pace for 9 more repetitions. Inhaling white chi, exhaling sadness and depression. Metal generates healing water. We use the sound CHO, C-H-O. Inhale and breathe into your kidneys that dark blue chi. Exhale, breathe out from your kidneys excess heat, stale chi. Any feelings of fear and anxiety. Inhale. Dark blue chi filling the kidneys. Exhale, healing sound. CHO. And exhale, fear and anxiety. Inhale, the dark blue chi filling the kidneys. Exhale, CHO sound, and expelling fear and anxiety. Continue at your own pace for 9 more repetitions. the healing sound from river. And sage. Inhale and fill the liver with green chi. Exhale, breathe out excess heat, stale chi, any feelings of anger and frustration. Inhale, fill the liver with green chi. Exhale, shoo, and expel anger and frustration. Inhale the green chi. Exhale, anger and frustration. Shoo, so take it at your own pace for 9 more repetitions. Wood generates spark fire. Inhale, breathe into your heart, red chi. Exhale, expel from your heart excess heat, stale energy, feelings of hatred, cruelty. Make the sound, H-A-W. Inhale, red chi, fill the heart. Exhale, ha sound. Expel hatred, cruelty. Inhale, red chi. Exhale, ha. Expel hatred, cruelty. Excess heat, stale. Continue for 9 more repetitions at your own pace. Breathe in and fill your space with yellow chi. As you exhale, make the hoo sound. Expel excess heat, dampness. Expel feelings of overthinking, pensiveness. Inhale, yellow chi. Exhale, hoo. Exhale, pensiveness and overthinking, obsession. Inhale, yellow chi. Fill the skin. Exhale, excess heat, dampness, pensiveness, overthinking, obsession. Continue at your own pace for 9 more breaths. Now we'll turn to the triple burner, the whole package enclosing all of the organs. We'll use the healing sound, Shi, S-H-I, Shi. We don't have a color, we don't have emotions. So inhale, fill the triple burner. Exhale, release excess heat. Exhale, chi. Make the healing sound. Shi. S-H-E. Inhale. Exhale. Shi. Inhale. Exhale. Shi. Continue at your own pace for 9 more breaths. And we finish. Basic 6 healing sounds. There's a lot of additional features you can add on, including, most interestingly, the pitch of the sound. We do that. I think we'll repeat this next week. And
questions or comments on this 6 healing sounds?
There's different variations of the sound. So you may hear somebody say, for example, the kidney sound is chui instead of chu. You're using the wrong sound. Well, no, because we adapt the sound to the exercise. So when we're using the physical movement, we'll use chui sound. But when we're doing the healing sound with the long breath, chui cannot be prolonged for anything. So, cho can be. Just like instead of he for the heart, H-E, we use ha, he, ha. So when we're doing physical exercise, like in the summer season for the heart, summer season routine of the 4 seasons, we would use he, he. So in an outside, like, oh, you're using the wrong sound, no, a different purpose. So, but they're similar, of course. All right, thanks for coming in and tuning in tonight.